Hello everyone, my name is Nadia Mason, and I am a senior computer science student here at Cal U. Today I will be presenting to you a project that I've been working on for a couple months now, not only for the honors program, but also for my senior capstone project. The entire research project, as well as the feasible robot, has been advised by Dr. Chen. So now, let's get into the topic at hand. Robotics and hospitality. Meet Jarvis. A brief look into what will be discussed today. So, what having robots in hospitality means. Basically, my definition of it. How these robots benefit both the industry and customers, which is overall what my research project is about. Why these robots cannot fully replace human workers. Where the main issue with implementing these robots into the industry lies. Jarvis, my self-navigating robot, and all of his characteristics. How Jarvis, in particular, demonstrates all of the above information that I am going to share with you today, and the team that helped me make this all possible. So what is meant by robotics in hospitality? Robotics in hospitality basically means having machines cater to guests or customers in places such as hotels, restaurants, theme parks, etc. Anywhere you can think of, basically. These bots act as service robots, helping and aiding customers and guests in whatever they may need or want at their stays at these many places. These robots are responsible for taking orders, providing interesting facts and information, and improving productivity. How does this benefit the industry? Well, if programmed and constructed, and even maintained correctly, these robots are less prone to error than humans are. As we know as humans ourselves, we make mistakes. But a robot only knows what they are programmed to do. So for example, if a robot is programmed to jump up and down, the only thing that robot knows how to do is jump up and down. And with their aid, these robots can increase productivity and performance, and ultimately take the workload off of the human staff. So for example, in a hotel, human staff workers have to take care of multiple guests at the same time. Using these robots would take that task away from them, leaving them to only worry about maybe a few guests here and there. Customer satisfaction is likely to increase based off of a more efficient service. How does this benefit the customers? Well, guests and customers can be sure that their requests will be met, as they can insert their requests into a user interface or some type of software application. The robot could be used consistently. No breaks would be necessary. More personalization to fit the customer's needs. As mentioned, these customers can implement their needs, requests, and wants into some type of application, meaning that anything they need or want is just at the touch of a button. Any complaints can be made to the administration digitally, and the issue can be quickly resolved. Any issues given by the user can instantly be sent to admin, and admin can be on it right away. And also, tipping the robot would not be necessary. So, the big question, is it possible for human staff to be replaced by these robots? Well, although it is possible to replace a few of these workers, robots will never be able to fully replace humans. Robots are only capable of what they are programmed to do, as I have mentioned before. If a robot is programmed to jump up and down, the robot will jump up and down, but it will not do anything else unless it is programmed to do so. Without human knowledge and labor, robots wouldn't even be reliable. Robots, although incapable of human error, do encounter system errors, bugs, and overloading, which have to be handled by humans. As Ben Schneiderman says in his article titled, Human-Centered AI Computer Scientists Should Build Devices to Enhance and Empower, Not Replace Humans. We should basically reject the idea that these machines can exceed or replace any meaningful notion of human intelligence, creativity, and responsibility. So, what are the issues that stand in the way? For this to fully be adopted into the hospitality industry, unfortunately some workers will actually have to be laid off in order to afford these robots. But not only the robots, for the developers and engineers that will be creating and programming these robots as well. These are not simplistic tasks and have to be handled by professionals within the computer science field. These days, as most of us know, people are used to getting things at the touch of a button. So if errors occur consistently, this may drive customers away. For example, I know that most of us get angry when any of our software applications are working very slowly, and we are more likely to forgive human error than we are robotic error. Some guests or customers may not feel comfortable or trust these robots doing tasks for them, which can be correlated with this last bullet I have here. Guests and customer knowledge of how to use these technologies may be limited. For example, let's say an elderly group of people. They may not know how to use these technologies and may not be comfortable with using them. So, now let's get into my feasible project, my demonstration of the future of hospitality. During my research, I wanted to find a way that my point could be visualized and fully understood. As a computer science student, my main goal was to program and build something reliable, efficient, and feasible for you all to see. The next few slides will be about my creation, Jarvis. About Jarvis. Well, Jarvis is a self-navigating robot whose main purpose is to demonstrate the many uses of robots in the hospitality industry. Jarvis was made from a mixture of different disciplines, including artificial intelligence, computer engineering, and electrical engineering. So overall, I would say that this project was 3 to 4 classes worth of work. Jarvis will have the ability to navigate throughout a building, balance a ball, and take orders all at the same time. Unfortunately, Jarvis is not fully completed yet because, as I've said before, this is also my senior capstone project. So this project as a whole is due by April 25th. So by then, Jarvis should be fully finished and functioning. So let's take a look at it. So here he is, everyone. So what you're looking at is the hardware of Jarvis and what he basically looks like. So on the left here, we have the touchscreen, which basically monitors the location of where the ball moves on top. The motor hat is an extra supply of voltage that powers Jarvis so he can move left, right, forward, and backwards. The Arduino takes any of our inputs and turns them into outputs. The arms below here will be what moves the balance plate around to balance the ball. The sensors over here to the right are what we like to call the eyes because they look just like eyes. These are what help Jarvis to navigate his surroundings so he won't bump into anything on his way to his customer or his guest. The motor here, we have 4 of them, power the wheels and also help Jarvis to move. The servo, which is below the sensor, helps the sensor to move around and look at its surroundings. And the Raspberry Pi, which is behind the sensors, is basically a mini computer that we have been using to program the navigation code to move Jarvis, as well as to communicate between our servers. Here we have a small look into our admin and user interfaces that we created. This is visualizing a hard-coded website that the user can navigate to request a delivery, provide feedback, track Jarvis, and have their questions answered. There is also a button for the admin to log in to see current deliveries, track Jarvis themselves, and handle any issues the user may be having. How does Jarvis represent the topic at hand? Well, as stated before, Jarvis is a self-navigating robot that can maneuver throughout a building and balance an object simultaneously. The balancing aspect of this project will be completed here in a few days. Jarvis shows what robots in the industry look like today and may look like in the future. So for example, whenever a client requests a delivery, which would be from the interface, Jarvis will accept the delivery and a human staff member will retrieve or make the item and place it onto Jarvis's balance plate. And then Jarvis will find the quickest route to the location the customer entered. This is all possible through the code that we put into Jarvis's system as well as his navigation system. This demonstrates the need for both human and robotic interaction to make the process as smooth as possible. As shown, the human hand is still needed to be able to retrieve or make the item that the user is asking for. In Jarvis, his responsibility is to take it to the guest or the customer. This also demonstrates how a robot can reduce the amount of tasks given to a human worker. For example, now the staff member will no longer need to take this to wherever the user is asking. The robot himself can take it wherever is needed. Using a robot like Jarvis would be beneficial to any business because his service is quick, efficient, and reliable. So, let's meet the team. In the world of software development and engineering, the creation of reliable technology would not be possible without teams of hardworking individuals and collaboration. So here's my team. As I stated before, this project is also being completed for my senior's capstone project as well, for which we are all working in teams. So to the left here, we have Jonathan Bassance, who is also a triple major in computer science, computer engineering, and electrical engineering. In the middle, we have Trevor Jameson, who is also a computer science student as well. And to the right here, we have Elizabeth Sterling, who is also a computer science student. Each and every one of them has been working hard alongside me to create the hardware and the software and all the front end and back end aspects of Jarvis. They are wonderful, and I'm happy to be working with them. So to conclude this entire project, the point of this research was to ultimately shed light on the importance of having robotics in the hospitality industry. And as a whole, robots have the potential to not only benefit the industry, but also the customers and workers. By adding these robots into hotels or restaurants, as such, this could save time, money, increase productivity, improve performance, and provide an experience that will last a lifetime for guests and customers. As I mentioned before, it is impossible to completely take away the human hand. Robots are made to aid and enhance the quality of human life, not to replace it. And here are my references. Any questions I will be happy to answer. And with that, I conclude this entire presentation. Thank you very much.